Manga-Waido.
I'm Eriko Tahara. I lived in the Netherlands, which was my father's motherland, until I was 16. I took after my dad and had a pretty good figure, so my mother and her friends often said things like, "You're a vision," or "Your future may be waiting in Hollywood." The people around me always treated me nicely, so I was an extroverted child. With my mom's suggestion, I started to take lessons for things that put me in the spotlight, like ballet and dance. That was also when I started some work in the entertainment industry. I enjoyed being in the spotlight more than anything. My parents and my friends had always supported me. But one day, "Eriko, it's your father. What happened?" That was when my happy and delightful days ended. Everything suddenly went south when my father passed away. He was involved in an accident. Without my father, it was impossible to get by, and I returned to Japan with my mother. And that was when my dark times started. I became a completely different person after my father passed. I went to a public high school near my grandparents' house, but I didn't have it in me to be sociable. So I was always quiet and alone in the corner of the classroom. The nickname my classmates gave me was Giant Warrior. Apparently it's a name of a thin and tall monster in an old anime. When I was in the Netherlands, I used to be pretty popular among boys. But in Japan, I've completely lost it. The boys were like,
"That is not what you call a girl. That's size. Who can actually crush on her? She'll crush you."
And the girls were like, "It would be cool to be a model or something, but she's way too big. Look at her giant feet. They're humongous." So throughout my time in high school, people kept making fun of me. I used to be an extrovert, but I became more and more unable to talk with people. Then people would think I'm a gloomy person, and it became even harder for me to get involved with other people. After I went to college, I had already gotten too used to being an introvert, and I failed to change myself again. I had no friends and spent some quiet years, and now it was almost time for job hunting. I need to start looking for a job. I couldn't do job hunting in my flat sneakers. I needed black formal shoes that I can wear to interviews. But at a store near my house, "I'm very sorry, but we don't carry your size for women's shoes." They didn't have my size in shoes with heels. So I had to take a trip to the shopping mall. I really don't want to go to big stores or crowded places. I didn't want to, but I went to try the new shopping mall that opened about 6 months ago. It was a giant shopping mall, and I knew it was really popular. But I just never had the chance to go, since I didn't like the crowd. This place is huge. I need a map. I took a look at the information board at the entrance and went straight to the shoe store. When I got to the store, there were some customers shopping. They had a wide variety of shoes. It seemed like they had a lot of staff, and right beside me, a guy was talking to a staff saying, "I'm trying to find a present for my girlfriend." The young female staff made a smile and said, "Right this way, please." And she took him to a counter. Everyone looks busy. I was taken aback for a second. But when I looked aside, there was a staff standing there. I mustered up the courage to talk to her. "Excuse me?" "Yes?" "I'm looking for shoes that I wear for job interviews." "Sure. Did you have any specific type in mind?" The heels she was wearing looked a little lower than average heels, so I said, "I want the heels to be a little lower than the ones you are wearing." "Right, but I'm afraid we don't have shoes with heels lower than these." "Okay, well, that's that. This should be good enough." "All right. Do you have this in 27 centimeters?" The staff said let me check that for you, so please wait here. and she disappeared behind the counter. Should I wait here? I waited for 5 and then 10 minutes, but she didn't return. Maybe they didn't have my size in stock. I feel bad if she's still looking. And just when I approached the counter... Oh my god! She's literally a giant! What? It was the staff I was talking to. I mean, come on, 27 centimeters? That's for guys. She looks like she's way over 170 centimeters. If she wears heels, she's gonna be over 180 centimeters. Ew! That's huge! And she's so dark and gloomy. Talk about creepy. She should just wear slippers. That's too harsh. I couldn't bear to keep listening, and I was about to leave. But then...
Hey!
A man approached the counter. Oh, it's the guy who was looking for his girlfriend's shoes. Hearing his voice, the staff rushed out from the back.
We can hear your voices all the way here. You shouldn't be having private conversations doing work.
Sorry.
Do you always talk behind your customers' back?
Well...
And you said she was huge or something. But don't you know that she's a model? Of course she's tall.
What? Huh? Me? A model? I'm really sorry. I didn't know. But still, it was inappropriate. I had no idea what was going on, but I understood what he was trying to do when he said...
You people. You suddenly change your attitude when you hear the word model. This is disappointing. This young lady is so beautiful, I wouldn't be surprised if she were a model. But I lied.
Huh?
But it's unacceptable to look down on a customer according to their occupation, don't you think?
The staff noticed they got framed, so they were pissed off. Can you stop messing around? This is none of your business.
Oh, but it is my business. This is who I am.
What? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to her.
I was standing there not understanding what was going on, and the man explained. This man was in charge of taking care of the complaints at the headquarters. There were so many complaints against this particular store, he had come to investigate.
We'll decide what to do with you people. So can you get me the store manager?
Of course! The staff ran to the back room. After they were gone, the man bowed to me.
I'm deeply sorry for what happened. We will take those staff off the team and train them again.
Oh, don't mind me, really. I was really surprised with what just happened. But because this man said everything I wanted to say, I felt rather good. After a few words, he suggested something.
We want to officially apologize for what happened today. If it's all right with you, can you maybe come by on a different day?
He really didn't have to do that. But he looked so sincere and genuine. I decided to take up on that offer. After a few weeks, I revisited the store when I had the time. Huh? All the staff seemed to be different.
Thank you for stopping by. We were waiting for you. I have your shoes ready in your size. How is it?
Thank you so much. They fit great. They're so comfortable. The man said good. And when I took out my wallet, he said, "This is on us, as a sign of apology from all of us." I almost felt bad, but I didn't think it was right to push it, so I put my wallet back in my bag. By the way, are the staff here?
Oh, did you notice? We took this case very seriously. So after we fired those two staffs, we changed and transferred most of the store managers and staffs.
Oh, really? I didn't know what to think, but I decided to let it go. I looked at the heels of the formal shoes I was wearing, and it reminded me of the past days. So I tried a little runway walk in front of the mirror.
Wow, you're better than a model.
Actually, I used to model for a bit when I was in school.
Is that right?
I told him how I grew up abroad, how I used to model and work in the entertainment industry. but how I stopped everything after my father passed. Then he suggested something to me.
Actually, I was doing PR for a pretty long time, so I know people in the industry. If you don't mind.
After this, he introduced me to some people and I started working as a model for a small production company. After all these years, I was able to make a fresh start. I cut the long hair that I had just grew out for nothing, and now I feel more positive about myself. I can walk with my chin up and my back straight. I was able to get back to the sociable side of me, and I gradually became able to work as a model. I hated this height that came from my dad, but this is who I am. Now I can feel confident about myself. People can actually change and suddenly have new perspectives, and that trigger could be the most unexpected thing. My long break may finally be over. Dad, I'm gonna keep up with my positive attitude. So please watch over me.